This episode of The Young Turks is brought to you by Audible.com.
The iPhone conspiracy is something that Gizmodo has been writing about for the past day. And basically, they found out that iPhone is secretly tracking you everywhere you go, and they collect that data, and it's accessible to people who have access to your computer. Now, how does this work? If you have an iPhone, usually you sync it to a computer. So the computer holds all of your information that you have on the iPhone, right? While you sync it, your computer also has all the information that's been tracked about you. So all of the specific places that you've been, all the specific cities, the specific streets, specific street corners. So here is a map showing you the activity of Sam Biddle. He is one of the Gizmodo writers who commented on this story. So basically, there's now this software available where as soon as you have access to someone's computer, you can download that software on the computer and you can find the specific places where the iPhone user has been to. Okay, so Gizmodo is basically saying, look, this is disastrous if you have an ex-girlfriend, ex-boyfriend, or someone in your family or a close friend who has access to your computer, somebody that you're trying to hide some sort of information from. They can easily download this software and find out where you've been. Okay, and the disastrous part about this, I don't think it's that bad, but the part that's bad at this point is the fact that if you're an iPhone user, you cannot opt out of it. Okay, you have no choice. iPhone is tracking you. Okay, they're climbing in your windows, they're snatching your people up. No, they're not doing that. But they are keeping a track of where you're going, and when you sync that onto your computer, that information is now on your computer.
Yes. Listen, if they look at that information, it gives them the information of where your iPhone was within a stretch of a week. So it's not like you were there at someplace at 8:21 p.m. But apparently that's also being recorded somewhere. You're not going to be able to get that off your iPhone or your computer based on that software, but it does exist somewhere. And of course, people are being asked, why are they keeping track of it at all? And Anna made a great point. The biggest problem is it's not like you're turning on a tracker. If you turn on a tracker, okay, everybody gets that. And you can't even turn it off if you wanted to. So they are involuntarily tracking you. And if they did want to, whether it's cops or someone else, they could go in and say, all right, well, it turns out at 8:30, John Smith was at a strip club, or he was at a brothel, or he was gambling, or he was doing something he shouldn't have been doing, and they could find out because you took your phone with you. Disaster.
No, it is a disaster. And, you know, I should note, Apple isn't the only company that's doing this, okay? There are other phone companies that are doing similar tracking. But right now, all of the details on this are sketchy. For instance, Gizmodo attempted to talk to Google about this. They attempted to talk to Apple about this. And they're very, very hush-hush, okay? They will not release any details. They're not explaining why they're collecting this information. They're not explaining what they plan on doing with the information later on. They're not answering any questions about why people are not allowed to opt out of this, okay? But regardless of all of that, this is a disaster. It should not be allowed, okay? I'm very uncomfortable with the idea of not just phone companies, but also websites compiling all of this data on us, all of this personal information about us, and then selling it to advertisers so they can, you know, sell specific ads to us every time we visit another website. I think that it invades our privacy. And, you know, with a lot of different websites, you can opt out of it, right? But when it comes to the phone company, when it comes to Apple, when it comes to the iPhone, if you're not allowed to opt out of it, well, then I don't want an iPhone. And this is information that everyone should know because a lot of people are unaware about this. Go ahead, JR.
Right. And by the way, I should make clear that Anna's right. Like, we're not entirely clear what the other smartphones are doing. They might be doing the same exact thing. They're looking into that, and the answers are sketchier. But it's a problem with, a possible problem with all the smartphones, a definitive problem with iPhones, just to be clear.
I'm telling you, man, like, when I start seeing those commercials where they said you can buy Starbucks with your iPhone, you can scan your eyes with your iPhone, it takes your fingerprint and stores it somewhere. That way you never have to carry a wallet anymore. If you don't have an iPhone, well, you don't have an iPhone. I said all that shit. If I don't have an iPhone, good, because there's something going on. The reason why you can do everything from your iPhone, it ain't worth it. You can start your car with your iPhone. Shit, that's what I got keys for. What are we're 5 years old? We can't keep track of two things in our pockets at the same time? This is ridiculous. Something's wrong, dog. I am not surprised.
No, and you know what? Some people are going to listen to that, JR, and they're going to be like, Grandpa JR, he's slow to catch on to this new technology. But no, I also feel very uncomfortable depending on one tiny piece of technology to do everything, to control every single aspect of my life. The fact that people can keep track of where I'm going and when I'm going there, that's unacceptable. I don't want that. Okay, and I should have the ability to opt out of that. You know, Pandora got into a lot of trouble because they were selling personal information to advertisers. They were selling information about the user's gender, age, preferences, so advertisers can target them with very specific and specialized ads. Okay, Pandora got into a lot of trouble for that. I think Apple should also get into trouble for that. My personal information and my whereabouts are none of Apple's business.
Well, they're going to screw up with me. If Pandora's giving away my information, I have a Lady Gaga channel. But there ain't nothing I'm buying that's got anything to do with Lady Gaga. Boy, are they going to hit the wrong demo. Okay. Until you see me coming out of an egg and you're like, oh. Could you imagine? All right. Anyway, look, JR, you don't understand. With an iPhone, you can start your car, you can pay your bills, and you can get tracked by Dick Cheney. Think of all the advantages.
It pays your bills. It wipes your ass. Shit, man, you can do all this stuff. I don't get it. Anytime, I'm sorry, one last thing, because now I'm totally grandpa on this. If anything says do it with the masses are doing it, get along, everyone's got it, shit. Be one of the 1% that doesn't. Something is wrong. If they're hurting everybody, don't do it, man.
So you can run and tell that, homeboy.
Okay, let me tell you something. When they come to snatch everybody up, here's who they're not going to get. J.R. Jackson. He's going to be hiding somewhere with a bat. He's going to be looking for you. You're not looking for him. He's looking for you. Okay? And the guy sitting next to him is going to be Wes Clark.
Audible.com is the leading provider of audiobooks.
In fact, they have over 75,000 titles.
And you can listen on your iPod or your MP3 player. You can listen to it anywhere at any time. It's incredibly convenient.
And they have books in every single genre imaginable. You can get a free audiobook if you go to audiblepodcast.com/TYT.
Totally true.